All right, joining us now, Alamogordo Volleyball, with their season beginning this Saturday. They'll head out to Lovington, make a long road trip to begin the season, and joined by very recently newly hired head coach Rachel Montoya. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. We are definitely and absolutely new to the game, but we have hit the ground running. Loving every minute. A little stressful, but it's been great.
All right, you got a couple seniors brought with you. You want to introduce them?
Absolutely. We have with us Delayna Brunson. I actually had the pleasure of teaching her in 8th grade when I had my stint at Mountain View Middle School. And then we have Caleigh Feagan with us as well.
Okay. How are you ladies doing? Good?
Good.
All right. Happy to have you here. First off, Coach, you've obviously been around high school sports at Alamogordo forever, and you were up at Cloudcroft, and you played sports up there. And to now move on to being a head coach now, what's the experience been like so far for you?
It's been baptism by fire, I think, because I signed my contract at the very end of July. And so it's been just quick. So it's getting to know the girls. It's still been so new. Getting to know them very quickly, getting to know the program very quickly, transitioning back to volleyball. I am pretty rusty in volleyball, but being around just the high school sports world, it's been awesome to just get back to volleyball. So it's been great, but very, very, very fast and crazy.
Yeah. Volleyball is something you played back in high school?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So played in middle school and high school, but coaching, it's at the high school level in a 5A classification is new, but it's been wonderful so far.
Yeah, and the nice thing, obviously, is you've been around a lot of these kids, maybe not some of the volleyball kids, but a lot of them have been either in track and field, or they've been involved with powerlifting, or something that you've been involved with over at the school. So I'm sure there's some familiarity there, right?
Oh, absolutely. So definitely most recently with powerlifting, and so I've seen a lot of the familiar faces in that aspect and track and field. So there is some familiarity, but a lot of the girls have been new, so it's been rough, but I mean I've kind of, not in a weird way, but like fall in love because they've just welcomed me with open arms. So it's been good. It's been really good.
How about the first week of tryouts practices? How'd that go for you? Volleyball always has big numbers of girls that come out and try out.
Oh, absolutely. We had luckily big numbers. Tryouts was the hardest part for me because I didn't get a lot of time with the girls signing my contract at the very end of July. Partnering with Coach Dreffs, of course, knowing him from powerlifting, getting the girls in the weight room, getting them lifting, getting them, familiar with that territory. But kind of just blowing and going real quick. Tryouts was definitely the hardest because it is such a different world, in Cloudcroft. When I was in high school, you showed up, you played. So having to cut girls was heart-wrenching for me because, they show up and they give you 100%. And so that was a new one for me. So
volleyball is honestly one of the few cut sports remaining at Alamogordo. I mean, it's interesting. I think most everywhere else, it's similar to what you talked about at Cloudcroft, and volleyball's been like that for years and years, it seems like now.
Absolutely, and so we hope to continue to grow the program, I know the middle schools have had crazy numbers, which is really terrible at the same time, but great that we have to, grow that popularity because you want these girls to want to be a part of the program. But it is still heart-wrenching. Oh, yeah. You want to bring all these girls out because you want to have a successful program. You want to be able to compete with these bigger 5A schools because, you want that competitiveness going forward.
All right. Let's bring in a couple of your seniors here. Delayna, we'll start with you. And first off, anything fun in the summer? I think we were talking beforehand. You did not much, just kind of hung out?
I just hung out and did a little bit of work, and that was about it.
Yeah. And did you do any workouts? I know in the summer, Coach Montoya wasn't hired until right before the school year started, but you guys were still able to do some, at least, cardio and stuff to get ready for the season?
Yes, definitely. Whenever I had time to, I went in and worked out and did my best.
Yeah. All right. What's the impression so far of this varsity group for you? You like this group of ladies?
I do. We all worked very hard with each other, and we had a scrimmage this past weekend, and I think we went out there and we kicked some booty.
Okay. Played well. Did y'all scrimmage each other? Did you scrimmage somebody else?
We scrimmaged against Ruidoso.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty tough fight.
Okay. So played well. Had some nice to see somebody different on the other side of the court. Does that make it much more fun?
Yes, sir, it does.
Yeah. I would imagine it definitely makes it a little bit easier when it's not the same people you see in practice every day. So what position are we going to see out there this year?
You'll be seeing a middle hitter.
Okay. Is that new for you, a position you've normally played?
No, sir. I've been playing that since my 8th grade year.
Yeah. And comfortable with it? Where do you feel like maybe you've shown some improvement in that spot from last year to this year?
Definitely hitting. I'm still working on my blocking, but definitely hitting for sure.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Move over here to Caleigh. And how about you? Anything fun in the summer or just...
No, I just worked all summer, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a particular job? Where were you working?
I worked at Fillmore Eye Clinic.
Oh, okay. Very good. I didn't ask you, Delayna, where did you work at this summer?
I work at Dollar Bits and Jeans.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. We like both of those places. Those are excellent. Good local businesses here in the area. So, how about in terms of workouts and stuff? Did you just kind of keep the cardio up in the summer?
Yeah, we did summer training with our old coach Lauren. We did a lot of track, so it was a lot of hot sun and turf and all that, but it definitely kept me in shape, so that's good.
Yeah. I don't know if people appreciate how much cardio you need for volleyball, you know?
You don't know until you're like, oh my God, I'm dying. It's hot. Like, I can't do this.
Well, and all the, the diving, and I mean, you're moving around, especially if you're in a long point, if you're in good shape, that really makes a big difference.
Definitely.
Yeah. How about you? I mean, what's been your feeling so far of this group so far over the first couple weeks?
I love it, actually. I think it's great. We have some young ones, we have some older ones, and we've just kind of picked each other up where it's perfectly a good puzzle right now. So I don't know, the scrimmages were really good. I think we could adjust to what we needed to and figure it out. We already got to know each other where we already none of us have really played close together, but it connected really well, so that's good.
How about, there's only 2 seniors in the group this year, so I would have to, I'm sure coach is looking to y'all to be leaders. Are you embracing that? Do you like that with, as you said, some of younger players, sophomores, freshmen that maybe are playing up at the varsity level? Is that something you're kind of feeling like you have to take that leadership role?
I've kind of always been kind of an upper because I'm a setter, so I'm kind of like the quarterback of the team, So it's kind of, you always have to have some type of leadership on the court at all times, or you're not going to be a good player all around. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Delayna, how about you? You're kind of feeling that a little bit this year?
Yes, definitely, and I'm trying to help Caleigh here with that leader role, and it's just kind of me and her being leaders.
Okay. All right. We'll look forward to watching that this year. And you mentioned you're a setter, so I don't have to ask that question.
Yeah.
You stole my question. Coach, obviously there's 2 ladies in here. You've got 12 to 15 that you're filling out on the varsity roster. Who else are we going to watch out for this year?
So we have we have definitely some new girls that have blessed our presence. So we have Imari, who came from Texas, and we are so excited to have her here. We also have gotten Chloe from softball. I'm not sure who brought us Chloe from softball, but we are so thankful that she came over. And we have Emily Grinder. We have Alyssa Roberts. We have Anaí Islin. And we actually have one more senior, Anastasia Moreno. And we have our full JV NC team roster full. So we're actually only have a 10-man roster on varsity. And so we've kind of challenged the girls this season to not be comfortable in that. Oh, and Ella, we have Ella as well. To not just get comfortable and say, I'm here to stay, and just kind of challenge them to continue working and just say, you've earned this spot, but continue working because you have girls that are working just as hard. And if you get complacent, we've got girls gearing for your spot, not to threaten, of course, but to continue to say, we have this program to where we're working hard always. And so we're challenging, through Dref's program to say, athlete of the week, lifter of the week, just that hard work that athleticism, and I think just challenging ourselves to have that inner tiger. And I think I want to challenge our girls to strive to be better in all aspects, as an athlete, as a student. And I've really wanted even my first graders to aspire to be a tiger again, to bring back, what Coach Edmondson has said, the return of the roar. I think that sometimes high schoolers can be, oh, it's so cheesy, but, I want my kids to want to be a tiger. I think, at some point within our, it kind of was, I'm just going to grow up and I'm going to play sports. Like, I want it to be an honor for these kids. And so I don't want them to get complacent. I want them to keep working and work hard. So, and that's what we're striving to do in the program.
Yeah. Well, and I think we've also seen with, some of the sports going and talking with the elementary school kids and the middle school kids that, you see those youngsters looking up to the high schoolers
absolutely.
for sure. So, there's also that point of, being a role model as well and having something for, say your first graders or third graders or whatever it is to look up to what these ladies are doing, right?
100%. And I want them to be that role model for the community as well. I want their parents to look out and not that they're not beaming already, but to just like my little hita, more than anything, just beam at these kids, because we are so proud of them. I want the whole community to be so proud of them and all the wonderful things that they're doing. So, and I want their teachers to be proud of them, and just all these great things, because they work so stinking hard. They're sweating. They kind of got lucky because I pulled them out of their leg workout. Dress was killing them in there. They were halfway through, they were doing 5 or 6 sets of 8. So I was like, all right, time to go. They were kind of looking at me like, oh, heck yes. But and they were sweating. They were putting in the work. So it's amazing what they're doing already. So it's cool. It's good stuff.
Dress is going to hear this and make you do like twice as much tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to have to make it up. Absolutely.
Hey, we're having some fun with that. We talked to the Cloudcroft kids last Friday, and they were talking about what's the workout that gives you guys the biggest eye roll. I don't ever want to do that.
Bring Sally up. Sally.
Oh, they love Sally.
We did those with planks, and I think that was the one that I dreaded the most.
Okay, so you have to. What exactly is Sally, and what are we doing here in this exercise?
So Sally is this wonderful lady, I guess, that Dress likes. And basically, whenever the song says "Bring Sally Up," you come up from your plank and you hold it in a push-up position. And then when it says "Bring Sally Down," you go down into your plank and hold it on your elbows.
That sounds terrible.
And it's like a
2-minute song.
Yeah, it's like a 2.5-minute song. And so he loves it. He's like, it's my favorite lady. It's my favorite lady. And everyone's like, oh no. And so he always brings, the younger classmen. He's like, I'm gonna introduce you to this real nice lady. My friend, Sally. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. Like, who's this lady? And he's like, don't you worry. You're going to love her, too. And he has so many different aspects. Like, he could do it with arms. He could do it with squats. He can do it, like, planks. So many different aspects. Sally is just such a nice lady.
When he comes in for powerlifting, I'll have to ask about
absolutely.
Sally. He hasn't told me about Sally before, so I don't know if it's like a trade secret.
No. All the athletes love Sally.
Oh.
Love to hate. Poor Sally.
Caleigh, I'm guessing you were in concurrence with Delayna on that?
Yeah, it's kind of just, I don't know. Ever since this season has started, I've grown to, like, love working out, where I'm kind of like, okay, like, I'm getting stronger instead of, like, dreading anything. So I'm kind of excited for weights some days, and some days I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to do this at all. Like, I just want to go home and cry. But most days it's good.
It's okay to not like certain workouts. Like, there's, like, squats, and there's some other things in there that are just... no fun at all. So.
I told the girls at the beginning, just give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks, and we'll see. Like, you'll see some of the gains you get, and you'll still love to hate it some days, but just start to see some of the gains. Like even during their serves, they were just, they were just knocking them out of the park. And they were like, can we pull back on some of the weights? And then some of them, they were just knocking the snot out of them. And I said, do you really want to? They're like, nah, don't worry about it. We're got a coach. I'm like, exactly. That's why we're here. So it's and Dreff and I are all about it. With powerlifting is just such. It's amazing. So it's cool. It's one of those things. It's so cool to be strong. So I keep telling them we're recruiting.
I assume you're going to be helping him out again this year.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Charles. Come on, join us, man. The powerlifting. Come on.
I'm way too old for that. We'll let the young ones.
Hey, that's what I said too. And Dreff's wife Haley and I were in there too. But we cry a little bit when I witness the workout all summer, and then I'm like, Haley, I think I might be sick this evening. And then she's like, oh, it'll be fine. And then mid-workout, we're crying. Yeah. So we cheat a little bit some days. Okay. But we don't tell Dreff unless he's sitting there and judging us. So we won't tell him though.
You try that weak cough that your kids try when they want to stay home from school.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I have the stomach flu. Yeah. Sorry. Absolutely.
Delayna, senior this year. You excited about being a senior?
Yes, I'm very excited to be a senior.
Yeah. Excited about graduation coming up, or?
Yes, I'm really excited. Actually, I'm gonna go to New Mexico Tech and have an engineering degree.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
New Mexico Tech is a really hard school to get into,
yes,
for sure. What got you interested in engineering? What made you want to go that route?
Well, I got transferred into engineering my sophomore year of high school, and I really loved my teacher, and I started going into Mesa, and I enjoyed building robotics and stuff like that.
All right, that's awesome. So I'm assuming this will be it for sports for you once the school year finishes up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Volleyball is just my main sport.
Yeah. You're not going to do anything else this year?
No, sir.
No? Okay. You almost thought about it for a second, maybe. So you can't throw it out there, especially track and field, because Atkinson's going to be knocking on your door going, come on. All right, that's awesome. And Caleigh, how about you? Excited for senior year?
Yeah, I'm just really, I don't know, I love school. I don't got many friends, but I just love school. So,
that's great.
Kind of sad about it, but
yeah,
can't do nothing about it.
Sports something you're hoping to continue after high school? Or?
Probably not, but it's sad that it might be my last year because I've played forever. So it's just, it'd be really cool to do it, but it's not on my main list to do,
Yeah. Any other sports this year?
No, I played softball for 3 or 4 years, but I quit last year, so
okay.
I don't think I'll do it again this year.
Play volleyball and just enjoy the rest of your year, unless this one talks you into powerlifting. Right?
Hey, I'm always recruiting, always.
Or dress for that matter.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, we'll every once in a while we'll just kind of switch off. We'll tag team it. Absolutely.
All right, very good. Do you know what you're doing after high school? What the plans are yet?
I have 5 different options. I'm ultrasound technician, nursing, welding, school teacher. There's so many things that I'm I want to do this. One day I want to do this. One day I want to do this. I don't know what I want to do. Okay. I cannot decide on one thing. So I guess
college most likely part of the plans.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right. A place that you want to go, or just locally, or
just seeing what it takes me, I guess.
That's okay. Hey, got some time to get that figured out for sure. Well, Coach, expectations. Obviously, it's kind of tough when you're just kind of brand new into the program, and your wins and losses are one thing. Is it more of just looking at how the team is performing and the things they're doing, not just in games but in practice?
Consistency is what I'm looking for. I just want them to hold each other accountable in the sense of picking each other up. I've told them since day one, high school girls are scary. And so I just want them to be consistent in behavior towards each other. I want them to keep their education first. I want them to have fun because I've told them high school is over in a blink. Just enjoy the ride, have fun in their sports, be consistent, keep each other healthy, happy, and I want to win. I want to, be competitive. I want them to work hard and win, we'll speak that highly. When we see some wins with those matches, I want them to celebrate, because I've told them, like, I want them to buy into their program. This isn't just my program. I want them to put work into their program. I want them to believe in the work that they're putting in. And so, because I want them to build themselves up. And so, when they believe in what they're doing and the work that they put in, like, we're going to succeed. And, Drefts and I keep saying, like, we're going to be strong. We're going to maybe not always be the most talented, but we're going to win some matches because we're scrappy and we have the heart. And so with Coach Cano and Coach Hopkins, our JV and C team coaches, we're putting some heart in. And so being a smaller 5A school, some days we're just going to be scrappy. And so we're going to work hard and we're going to try and outwork people. Yeah. And so we've got a great group this year. We've got ages different on varsity, C team, and JV. So we're just going to work hard and see where it takes us this season. So I hate to say we don't have expectations in the sense, but we're just going to put in that work and see where it takes us.
And there's no doubt. I mean, it's always one of the toughest districts in the state.
Absolutely.
Between Las Cruces and Centennial, and actually all the Cruces schools are always rock solid.
Absolutely.
And Gadsden. I mean, Gadsden always has a good program every single year. Mm-hmm. So y'all want to be competing. I mean, I would have to think, for those of you who've been in the program for years and years and you've seen those, Delayna, I'm sure, being able to compete with those programs, that would be an important thing for y'all this year, right?
Yes, very much so. I really want to try and compete with Las Cruces for sure. I can say that's one of the hardest schools that we've gone against, and we've gotten like maybe 5 points with them, and I want to try and at least get to 20 with them this year.
Yeah. Caleigh, I'm sure same thing. I mean, you see, and not just Cruces. I mean, we see Centennial and some of the other teams you see in your non-district. It's a big challenge for you guys, and again, being one of the smaller 5A programs, it's difficult.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like for Artesia, for instance, they always have a good program, and it's always like you go in, you're like, oh man, it's Artesia, and then like you get going, you're like, okay, we're fine, and then you have to keep that heart, like she was saying, because if you don't got it, then they're gonna rip you apart. So you got to have a equal, or you're gonna get shot down. So yeah, I think we have a good team that can put up a fight this year, though.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing it. All right, again, first game of the year is coming up this Saturday. You'll be at Lovington. First home game of the year. You know that off the top of your head? Or
I want to say next Tuesday.
Yeah.
For C team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against Tularosa. Yeah, C team JV plays next Tuesday. Next Thursday, y'all are at home against Artesia.
Yeah, Artesia.
That's varsity and JV. So
excited.
Go out there and support the C team and JV next Tuesday. We know the Tularosa fans will certainly be out there with their supporting their C and JV teams, and then Artesia next Thursday. So look forward to it. Ladies, thank you so much. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
Coach, appreciate it.
Absolutely.